News alert, more problems for the Secret Service this morning. We're now learning of yet another lapse in security for the administration. This time, an armed man with a criminal record came in direct contact in an elevator with the President of the United States. This is the head of Secret Service, got a grilling yesterday on Capitol Hill.
Let me be frank. I believe that you have done a disservice to the President of the United States.
Why didn't security dogs stop him in his tracks? What about the SWAT team and assault rifles? Why was there no guard stationed at the front door of the White House? How much would it cost to lock the front door of the White House?
It's obvious. It is obvious that mistakes were made. It's self-evident that mistakes were made.
And I wish to God you protected the White House like you're protecting your reputation here today.
If someone opens a window or a window is broken at my house, I have an alarm. Have you ever heard of these guys?
Ever heard of those guys? Mike Emanuel, live in Washington with more on this. Mike, tell us about the latest lapse that we're learning about now in security. It's an incredible story.
Martha, it was 3 days before the highly publicized fence-jumping incident when President Obama visited the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. Sources say during the CDC visit, the president was on an elevator with an armed security guard who has a criminal record. That violates Secret Service protocols. We're told his sketchy background was only discovered because he wouldn't stop taking cell phone video of the president, drawing attention to himself, and then he was checked out. Utah Republican Congressman Jason Chaffetz asked Secret Service Director Julia Pearson about this threat yesterday, and he says he doesn't think she was candid, open, and honest about it. Chaffetz says Pearson should be fired or she should resign. Martha?
Seems like somebody should. We're going to talk about that more throughout the show this morning. And the White House fence jumper, the one who made it all the way into the House through an open door, around the staircase into the East Room. What's the latest that we know on him, Mike?
Well, Martha, Omar Gonzalez was indicted on federal and local charges and is scheduled to appear today in U.S. District Court here in Washington. Gonzalez has been charged with unlawfully entering a restricted building while carrying a deadly weapon, a knife, which is a federal charge. He was also charged with 2 violations of Washington, D.C. law, carrying a dangerous weapon outside of home, and unlawful possession of ammunition. On September 19th, Gonzalez jumped a White House fence, ran across the North Lawn, entered the mansion through the cross hall into the East Room, and was eventually detained on the crosswalk hall outside of the Green Room by an off-duty member of the counter-assault sniper team. Director Pearson says a variety of agencies, including Secret Service, had previous interactions with Gonzalez, who's suspected of suffering from PTSD before this White House incident. Martha?
Thank goodness that off-duty person just happened to be wandering in that spot in the house and see him and take him down and handcuff him. Mike, thank you.
No question.